All right. So, what I wanted to chat about today was to talk a little bit about how the team that I'm part of, how we leverage Microsoft Teams each and every day. The group that I'm part of, we're basically spread out across the country. Each of us is in a different state, and we work together day in and day out. Just leveraging Teams as the core platform between voice and video and chat, and then obviously collaboration in various teams and channels. And in light of this big shift for a lot of organizations right now where they're implementing, this remote work option, how do you stay engaged? How do you create collaboration and sort of teamwork with the team's experience? And so what I wanted to share was sort of two different events or team structure styles that you might want to consider as you're doing your planning and sort of strategizing around how to set them up. So what I have here is two different teams that I've created. One is called Demo Virtual Environment, and you'll see I've got the general channel, and then I've created some exercise channels that focus in on different steps of a training event, and I'll talk through what the proctor and the instructor channels are for. And then I've also created one called a Demo Hackathon. Here you'll see I've got the general channel and then some breakout groups, and again, just some other channels for support and conversations that might happen as part of that. Now, let's go through a couple different use case and scenarios, and let's talk about how we use these different teams and these structures to create real-time sort of meeting and collaboration, as well as sort of near real-time by leveraging the channels and such. So in a virtual event, one of the things that we'll do is we'll start off and we'll bring everybody into the general channel for a meeting. We'll take advantage of either scheduling or bringing up an ad hoc meeting here, and we'll go ahead and we'll spin that ad hoc meeting up into a live meeting at this point. So let me just press meet now. Now, as you'll see, we've got the meeting that's up and running. Obviously, if I've invited some other participants, we would see their voice and video and hear them as part of the meeting. So let me switch back to the team for a minute, and I want to go back to that channel. So a couple of things that you'll notice. Obviously, you've got the icon that indicates there's a meeting going on inside of the channel. If I jumped into general, obviously I can see that this meeting is up and active currently. So what we'll do typically is we'll start off in the general channel, sort of introducing the event, maybe share some slides, some content, have some dialogue about this particular training event or this virtual event that we're trying to deliver. And then as we begin to move to the next step, what we'll do is we'll obviously go in and have people then begin to do the exercises and the challenges that we may have put together for this particular training event. And then what you'll do is individuals will be able to simply jump in to those individual channels, again, creating meetings right within that channel experience. And so now we can have another channel or another meeting that's up and active inside of these additional channels. This is allowing and creating the opportunity to quickly collaborate and share information and have conversations in real time. All right, so you'll see here I've got a video and an audio call going on in the general. Maybe the team has gone ahead and started some conversations and beginning to work on things that are happening for this first set of exercises. And of course, in most training classes, individuals will be at various speeds. Some may be able to progress faster, some may not. So as individuals are progressing, they can simply go into the next set of channels, maybe read the wiki inside of that channel for steps and guidance. If there's some files and assets and materials, being able to go into those individual file sections in those specific exercises to be able to go through and obviously access the files, collaborate, do whatever is needed. Now, one of the really great things about Teams is not just the quick video switching. So as you'll see, I can join this meeting here by going into exercise 1. If I wanted to go back to the general channel, simply go back to general, hit join. And again, video switching is very, very rapid. But not just for video, also screen sharing. So we could be in this meeting working with the folks that are working through exercise 1. Could be some individuals having some challenges or issues. Now, what's really great is if you think about in a typical training class when you're on-prem and you're all together in a meeting room, it's very difficult to get the entire room to come to maybe somebody's computer to look over the shoulder to see what's happening. Here, though, in Teams, if that individual is willing, they can go ahead and share their screen right to the folks that are sitting inside of this exercise one channel. And so then you can continue to collaborate, share, troubleshoot. And of course, maybe there's something confidential, or maybe it's just that you want to take this conversation off to a side dialogue. Well, there's nothing to say you couldn't go down to one of the proctor channels and continue that conversation between the proctor and that individual. Again, spinning up a meeting, spinning up screen sharing, right, to be able to communicate and collaborate. Now, as individuals are going through the exercise, definitely recommend that they should feel free to contribute, add some conversations, put in notes, context, maybe update the wiki, upload some files that are relevant to things that are happening in that exercise one, right? Allows other folks to share and collaborate. This way, maybe if somebody hasn't gotten to a particular exercise yet, by the time they get there, they may be able to learn from lessons from others, right? So this is very common, and we do this a lot for various training events and driving those sessions. Similar when you're thinking about the hackathon style, right, or more of a collaboration event. Maybe it's we're working with product engineering and we want to talk about different use case and scenarios for a particular product. Well, here we're going to come in very similar. We'll start off in the general channel, have some initial conversations, some initial file sharing. Maybe there's some rules of engagement or some project plan that we've gone ahead and posted up in the wiki, or we've opened up and added maybe Planner into this document, so we can see the tasks and objectives that maybe we've defined and broken out. Now, as that general meeting is going on, if maybe at some point it makes sense to break out into different work groups, well, you've got the opportunity to spin those work groups up. And again, we've got some additional channels here, maybe for the instructors or the leaders of that event. They've got a private place to go to share content. Maybe there's some things that they don't want to announce or bring out to the group just yet because they're waiting for them to hit certain milestones or phases. And again, if you need to have some private or sort of more isolated conversations to troubleshoot or to have some side dialogues, you can always spin up meetings and screen sharings and conversations right within maybe the instructor or the proctor sharing screens. So again, think about leveraging the rich capabilities of the teams and obviously the channel structure, and then leverage the video and screen sharing capabilities to create these real-time events. And definitely one thing we recommend is always do video up. It just really creates that in-person feel when you're working and collaborating with folks. So I'm going to put some more videos up and some other concepts in the next couple of days, but just wanted to share this initial thought as people are thinking about how to really get people to work and collaborate in and on different projects and engagements. All right. Thank you very much for your time today.